We are live.
Oh my goodness, we're live. Hello and welcome to All on the Table. It's me, your boy, your guide, Trev. I use they them pronouns and welcome to Journeys into the Heath for our second and first actual adventure episode. We're so excited to have you all here and so we'll turn it to the person to my right, left.
Left.
Harmony, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Harmony. I use any pronouns. Today I'm playing Clementine. She's a common Jeanette. She uses she, her pronouns, and she is using the Peddler book. And I will roll it upwards over to Ophi.
Hello, I am Ophi. I use V verb pronouns, but I'm playing Kragan Reginald, and it is he, him, and he's a turkey vagabond.
Very nice.
And I am Viara. I use he, she, or they pronouns, and I'm playing Bim, who is the fool, and Otter, who uses he, they pronouns.
Excellent. So we've got Bim, we've got Kragan, and we've got Clementine. All well. What are we playing again? We're playing Wander Home. This is a great system by Possum Creek Games. Always go check it out, support them. They're a wonderful game studio, queer run game studio. Check them out. We are playing Wander Home, and our three wanderers, our three kith. Last time, setting the scene on the horizon, they were traveling on their giant Hercules beetle drawn cart, heading to the next destination in their journey. What was the Harmony? What was the name of the beetle again? Can you remind me? It's very important to the story.
Her name is Madeline, or well, actually, Beetle's gender is somewhat ambiguous, but Clementine likes to give the name Madeline. Madeline is Clementine's favorite name. If we have things coming up, it will always be the first name suggestion.
All right. On the back of Madeline, just heading towards the town on the horizon. However, one of the things with Wander Home is like starting a ritual. There is something that we, as we embark on the journey, are meant to do, and that is, as collectively, as a group, answer a few questions specifically to my adventures in front of me. This can come from collectively all three of you. One of you can take the lead and kind of build off of it. It's just kind of setting the intention of how the characters came to be where they are or about to head to. But the first question is, what sort of place did we just travel from? So where did our our troop of troubadours just travel from?
Um, well, if I believe, or at least Clementine believes, it was a nice little quaint village. There were plenty of flowers about, as we are a very botanical oriented group. Um, and nothing, it was very peaceful, very typical of the post war culture that has grown up in this area. There were plenty of younger individuals and lots of older individuals, but there was a big age gap that was somewhat removed from those, at least from those who participated in the war. So we have a very young community and a very old community, while the more middle-aged and artisans of that particular village were sort of removed from the picture. Perhaps either they migrated due to the war or were unfortunately involved in it.
All right. Do either Viara or Ofi have anything they want to add to where you just came from?
I think Harmony or Clementine summed it up for us pretty well. Do
Okay.
you have anything to add, Ophi?
Hmm. Uh,
Do you remember that lovely stream? I think you wandered off towards it. Did you see anything over there by that stream in the village?
Yeah. So by the stream, I noticed that there were a lot of bees around there, and
Mm.
there were a ton of flowers in the area, and there was a lot of bees going around uh, at that spot. And well, I actually got stung, but I didn't tell any of you about it.
Oh no.
Oh, it
We
sounds lovely. I wish I
It's
could have
been
been
a few
there.
days now, and you didn't say anything? We have plenty of flowers and herbs we could have used to attempt to treat your wounds. Uh, Let me look at it now, please.
What?
Then Clementine's gonna reach out and start poking at him like, "Hey, where's the sting?"
I kind of move up the flap of my wing and point out
Oh,
that's right
oh,
here.
is the stinger still in there? No, I think we're good.
Bim
Okay,
leans
well,
in like, "Oh, I've never seen a bee sting before. Oh, that's really
him and
interesting."
Clementine very carefully pushing him out of the way. Okay, well, I have this this I have something that might be able to reduce the swelling if you're still experiencing any pain. We're going to bind it a little bit. I know it might not seem like a big deal, but the bees here are rather large and can unfortunately lead to quick infection.
so so Bim, where you said you wish you were there to experience, what were you doing at that time?
Oh, wasn't that when I was talking to that lovely young dog, Harmony, and you said that I should give her some
Ooh,
flowers, I
yes.
think?
Right, otters and dogs, there's just very little difference between the two.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
so easily confusable. You both really love balls. So
It's true.
I thought that you might be an excellent match. I had only just taken yes, and I gave you some shiny rocks. Did you pass on the shiny rocks to your potential view?
Oh, he sort of like digs around in his pocket and pulls out two of the three rocks.
Oh, oh well, it's a work in progress. You can give those to the perhaps the next potential match we meet.
Yeah.
What happened to the third rock?
Oh, it looked really like it was a good skipping stone, so I went over to the pond and skipped it across. It went like two or three times. It was great.
Ah, well, that that was a rather expensive amethyst.
Oh,
Um,
I'll have to find something to
I
replace it.
hope the fish in that water enjoy that rock.
All right.
Going to need to be more careful with my wares now.
Second question as we journey. Do we feel our journey has been long up until this point as we head to our next destination?
Hmm. I feel like we've been traveling together for a while, haven't we?
We have indeed. I think it's been a long time since I've been able to make any matches for my companions, but this journey has no particular end in mind, so I can't say it's been long and tedious. It's been, I suppose, long in a sense, but not to the point where it has become exhausting.
Long and enjoyable, the best kind.
All
Mhm.
right.
Yeah,
How
it's
is that?
been
How
long.
is your secret view doing, by the way, Kragan?
My secret what?
Your wife?
I don't have a wife.
You
Yes, you
know he
do.
doesn't like to talk about it.
That's true. I'm just so
I
curious.
don't have a wife.
Oh, he's so shy about it. We'll find something someday, man. We'll hear about it later.
I don't need a wife.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I mistaken? Your husband, your partner,
No, no, no.
there's somebody. There's somebody.
And finally, our third question. Is there somewhere we hope to go? Is there somewhere that our three kith are hoping to be in the near future?
Population is important. The where, when, or how, not so much. but I need potential matches to to connect with my clients. And I'm afraid that if we sniff around too many more flower fields, although they're well and useful for my stock.
Now, I want to actually visit a swamp. I've never been to one, and I've heard there's some delicacies like frog legs or gators, and I just want to try it.
That sounds interesting. I still have to find, the big kingdom that I'm going to inherit when my real family unfortunately passes away and hands down the crown to me.
I see. Um,
Well, I'm sure we
oh,
can
so there
find a
can be
swamp on the
a
way.
swamp kingdom. There was that one princess I heard of from that one swampy kingdom that what was it? It was a princess in the pea sort of situation. She was rather not the delicate sort.
She had to kiss the frog, right?
No, possibly. I believe the mother was a bit of a toad in that situation.
Ah, yeah, the Frog Kingdom's a tough place to be, a tough place to be for sure. And as we journey in, uh, just for a moment silently to yourself, you just want to reminisce on where is your home. But as we move in, the journey ahead takes you to, you see large log buildings on the horizon. You are coming into a sunny spring-like day as we enter Leap uh, in the first month of Leap, known as Till Soil. Um, you all are riding along on Madeline's back, and you see a large um, lake ahead of you as well. There are buildings dotting the edges of the lake. You don't, from a distance, see what appears to be residents at the moment, but as you get closer, you see a sign for the town of, the town of Mandermill coming into view. And you think it might be a good spot to stop and rest as the journey has been wearing on your beetle companion.
Perfect location and people.
Yeah, let's see if there's anyone here.
Okay. So as you all stop setting up, you see there are probably about 10 buildings on this side of the river. Uh, and then across the distance, you see another 10 or 15 buildings pop up, um, all made of a thick, dense wood, almost kind of like Lincoln logs, if you're familiar with those, put together like a log cabin, like log cabin style. Um, but the most interesting thing that you notice is that at least these 10 buildings on the side where you are, there doesn't appear to be anybody around at the moment.
Whoa, I have a bad feeling about this.
Have we stumbled into a ghost town?
Ooh, a ghost? I want to see a ghost.
Um, they're interesting creatures indeed. Is there a shrine perhaps nearby that we should visit?
A shrine, perhaps. There is. You notice a right at the center of what appears to be the center, going towards the lake of this sets of buildings. There is a fountain, and at the top you see a kind of rounded sapphire-looking jewel.
Hmm.
Oh,
It's a
that's so
rather lovely
pretty.
fountain.
Would that replace the what was it? The amethyst?
I don't believe it's a good idea to take from villages such as these. It would, in theory, replace the amethyst. However, uh, there's a good there's a good reason it's still here, and I don't believe we should disturb it. Perhaps, um, although it would be a sacrifice to my wares, one of your other shiny stones may be appreciated being tossed in this fountain instead.
Bim will look at the other two stones and study them very carefully before choosing one to toss into the water.
Okay. What can you describe what the stone looks like that you toss into the water?
Now, this one looks like a blue with sort of the black snowflakes on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
I can't ever remember what they're called, but that's that one.
It's
It
the
was a
blue lace,
rounder one. I didn't skip very well.
the blue lace agate,
That's
perhaps.
the one, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Throwing it into the water, you hear a plop as it enters and slowly falls down into the main part of the fountain, and you hear uh, the wind kind of blow through the trees and blow against your face as it's coming through the town, and you think you hear a voice that says, "Hey,
Hello. Who's there?
I am here, and you are there."
I am indeed. Well, I'm not sure where is here and where is there. Perhaps you can be more specific?
Turn around.
Um, turn around.
As you turn
Clementine
around,
keeps a
uh,
good grip on her hat as she turns about.
you see a what appears to be a fox kith like yourselves, uh, dressed in a button down kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not a blazer. Um,
Jacket?
yeah, basically like a jacket, patchwork jacket, leaning up against one of the houses, and they say, "Are you new in town?"
Just got here.
I see. And you are the my name is Alquist Rend. Nice to meet you. He gives a little very very sharp smile as he says that.
I'm Bim, and these are my friends, Clementine and
Henry
uh, Henry.
Montgomery.
Hmm, that doesn't seem right. Have I been using the wrong name this whole time?
Just let it be. Well, good individual. Are you by chance looking for a match? I'm a matchmaker.
What type of matches are you trying to make?
I make all sorts of matches, typically of the romantic variety, but I have a couple of other sorts in here as well. And she whips out a giant book of portfolios. Well,
Oh,
we have this individual right here who is looking for true love, and then we have this individual who's just looking for a lifelong companion. And we have this individual here who is looking for a good friend.
well, I'm always in the market for a good friend. If
Oh, well, this is Lady Obadiah.
Lady Obadiah, and where is this Lady Obadiah?
Well, by chance she would be connected by mail, but she is from a village far from here. It is on the edge of a mountainside. There's a great. Often it is overtaken by snow. She is interested in traveling, but would only do so in search of a companion. And I have connections to a number of mail services if you would wish to get in touch. We
I would
have a
be
little letter here that she has written to potential interests. If you'd like, I can read it aloud.
I would be delighted.
To whom it may concern, I am Lady Obadiah. This is my chosen name, given that I have taken from my father, and my father's father, and my father's father's father. I have no brothers. Hence, I am the hence why the Obadiah name should continue. I am a lonely badger mistress who's just looking for a good friend to engage in a casual game of hopscotch from time to time, and who is maybe interested in collecting large and unusual rocks. Some may describe them as boulders. I describe them as fantastical interests. Um, and she also enjoys such sporty activities such as rock/tree climbing and long nights by the fire, simply staring at the fire.
Well, she sounds delightful.
At this point, Bim has been considering the final shiny stone in his hand. It's a very well polished quartz, this one. It's almost completely clear. And he walks up to the fox and sort of holds it out in his empty hand, or in his otherwise empty hand in the middle.
For me,
Yeah, for you. He looks at
uh,
Clementine like, did I do good?
We shall find out.
Alquist will take it and give Bim a smile. Just say, well, with formalities all out of the way, um, are you looking to interact with this space here, this town? It may seem abandoned on the surface, but well, it's not quite as it seems.
I find that is true for most things.
Why don't you pick up the stone on the top of the fountain?
We would not be upsetting any spirits or small or other guardians of this village.
Oh no. Well, maybe a little, but it is one way to find out what is on the other side.
There's a number of ways to find out what's on the other side. And I find that often just waiting and listening is a good way to do so.
Ah,
The other side of what?
The other side of the veil, my darling.
Oh, which veil?
There are many veils. This is a good question. But we are not talking about a wedding veil. I know we've
Oh,
had this
okay.
discussion before.
You do like those.
I do like wedding veils.
there is
Hmm.
the town is. Oh, go ahead.
Craig,
I'll just walk up to where the stone is at and I'll ask, do we want to see what's on the other side?
Are you asking to Alquist, or just kind of
Kind of
in general?
all around and kind of like towards Altrix though.
He takes a moment to pause. Says, well, if you're looking for lodging, I guess not. If you're looking for other kith, they might be on the other side. If you're looking for what is at the root of this hidden settlement, well, it's up to you, really. But then as you say that, you hear another voice kind of peek out, and before you, or kind of on the ground in front of the fountain, Craig, and you see a mole kith with a very small hat and an apron, and you hear this Kith say, "Oh, Alquist, stop messing with these newcomers. They want to come in, I'm sure." Here, and Kragan, she holds out just a small, what appears to be stone of some sort, out to you.
Okay, thank you. And I'll just take the stone.
As you take the stone, you see in front of you the town envelops with life, as you can quickly see in front of you all of the townsfolk around, and you see folks walking across the bridge as almost like the veil parting in front of you. The town goes from lifeless to abundant with life as there are other Kith going about their days. There appears to be market stalls that stretch across the bridge to the other side of the river. Lanterns and such light up the town, and you are standing what it appears to be in a town square in front of the fountain. At this, she quickly offers the other two, both Bim and Clementine, these little stone, basically like a little like rubbing stone in between to both of you as well.
Bim's gonna take his.
Clementine will take one as well.
If the
Okay.
same thing happens, he's going to try to put it down on the ground and see if it goes away again, and then pick it up again.
Yeah, as you put it down, it quickly dissipates. The kind of vision in front of you dissipates for a second, but then as soon as you pick it up, it comes back like this veil parting, and you actually get to see the town at full life, essentially. People around are hustle and bustling. Some of them looking over, seeing you all new coming, but otherwise they are going about their day.
Well then, Clementine's going to fix her hat, pull it back, brush herself up. If she has any quick string, she's gonna wrap the stone around her neck just so that she doesn't have to hold on to it the whole time.
Okay.
And then she's like, okay, these are our number of patrons. Is there a market where I can set up shop?
You see that there is a market kind of that spans across the bridge that bridges the two sides of this river together of the town that appears to be Mandermill.
Mhm.
So yeah, it looks like there might be space around for getting in on that market.
Well, I would like to go set up shop. It doesn't matter what unusual ways we find our way to others. This particular method, I deal in miracles, hopes, and dreams, and a number of other unusual things. This is it's perhaps more unusual than I am used to, but a patron is a patron, and all are in need of a companion. Unless perhaps you two prefer to do something else.
I want to see what kind of people you can matchmake here. What
Yes.
other Kith there are.
And you can attract attention.
I'm good
Oh.
at that.
I have an excellent idea. Kragan, or what name are you using at this moment? Montgomery?
It was Henry
Henry.
Montgomery.
Henry. Ah, yes. Henry and Vim. How would you like to propose to advertise my services? I have an excellent idea. We're going to do a very dramatic proposal. Just a sort of taste and an example of union within my services.
What did you have in mind? How do words work?
Okay, Vim, you know how we were discussing veils? I need you to put this on.
What is it?
We're Kragan. Here are some flowers, and we've got pansies. We've got well, not roses, tulips, and perhaps some daffodils. These are all friendship flowers. We're going to do a scene of intense friendship.
Bim takes the
Okay.
veil and puts it on top
Okay.
of his big elaborate hat.
That was nice.
The Clementine's gonna come over to him. She's gonna fix it up. Okay, we need this to be perfect. We're gonna put a little
Is
bit
the
of flour.
mole and the fox still here?
So as you look around, the mole is still there. The fox, you look and he appears to have scampered off somewhere.
Lost complete interest in us. All right, we're
I
going to
asked
go
the
over to this
mole,
bridge.
what's the best food around here?
Oh, well, if you go to uh, Badges Inn on the other side of the bridge, there is a wonderful stew and porridge that you can find.
How about we go there and we can discuss these plans further and we can start the recruitment from there?
Oh, but oh, I suppose. Do not take that veil off.
Okay.
We're going to stitch my logo on there, and you will walking advertisement for my services.
Forgive my manners. My name is Anna Green. I am one of the leadership council of Mandermill. Welcome. You
Thank
can find lodgings at the inn. I'm sure, or I'm sure someone would be willing to let you stay in their abode for the duration of your stay. But are you performers or like looking
um,
around at all of your garb that you have thrust upon your compatriots, Clementine? Or
I am a peddler, specifically a matchmaker. I specialize in finding matches for all types of souls.
a matchmaker? Very well.
Are you interested in my services? Or
I
do you
might
perhaps know someone who is?
I might just be, but I will let you get settled before we talk about that.
I
Um,
do provide a number of other things, such as tea reading, palm reading, and other such things, potentially predicting your future match.
hmm, multifaceted, I see.
Well, it all comes under the same banner. These particular two souls have been my companions for a long time, and Clementine like subtly points at him, and some are more difficult to match than others.
Sorry, I just
Some of
realized
us
I was
don't
muted when
need
I was
matching.
giggling.
Say that again, Opie.
Some of us don't need matching.
Some of us are already matched.
Mhm.
There are so many potential matches out there in the world now.
There are indeed. I we have a large open world and one that has only grown larger with the as distance has made it more difficult to connect with those you've never met. I work with a number of courier services, and for a small fee, I can begin an open letter exchange between those you may be potentially interested in interacting with. Many of the souls that I carry within my book are either interested in traveling to meet somebody new, or may prefer someone to come to them. It really varies, and prices differ. For the most part, at least the referral is free. The Many of the individuals in my book here have paid me to go out into the world to find them potential matches. I have some successes, and I always try.
Hmm, what a lovely service. That is touching.
I believe that love is important to all in every step of life and death.
Well, I will be in touch, but feel free to make your way around the town and just don't cause any trouble. We don't, whatever Alquist told you, don't take that pebble from the top of the fountain. Don't remove that. That would be very mm, troublesome.
Indeed. Okay.
Will you all have a good day? And she like turns around and starts tottering off uh down into the town.
I suppose, Hen- Hen- Hendrik, we shall go over to the tavern. We can gain lodgings for the night, and then we can come out and put on, and I can begin selling my services.
Okay.
Where did she say it was?
It was
Across the river.
across the river, so across the
Oh,
bridge.
okay.
And Clementine's going to just sort of staunchly start heading that direction. She's going to carefully guide Madeline, because Madeline is rather large and she does not wish Madeline to cause a disturbance.
Sure. You are able to lead, or really lead or ride Madeline across the bridge is wide enough to handle a cart. It seems like many places in the Heath, oversized insects are kind of the beast of burden. So it is common that a lot of places would have the ability to facilitate them moving throughout their spaces. But yeah, you were able to lead Madeline over the bridge, and you were able to find the inn, the Badger's Rest.
Uh,
Yeah.
during the confusion, not confusion, but like the working of like kind of going away with that, I quickly swapped the stone that he gave me for the blue stone.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Okay. Sure. You swap the blue, so you take the blue stone from atop the fountain and put um the other stone.
Yep,
Okay.
just while nobody's looking, and then continue off with everyone.
Sure. Um okay. I'm gonna say, well, for that scene in general and all of those scenes, everybody with what you all just did, go ahead and gain a token.
Ooh.
Remember to track your tokens individually for what you can kind of use them on. For those just coming to us with Wanderhome, tokens are essentially the system of currency in the game. They're one of the big main mechanics. You can do things or describe things to gain tokens, and then you can use a token to kind of do very specific things. Actually, very open things, I should say. A lot of them are very subjective to or up for interpretation. So,
Is
yeah.
that on the sheet where it says you can always?
Yes, and then also there should be a section on the sheet that says how to gain a token, how to spend a token.
Oh,
I
okay.
think on the side. Yeah. But again, they're kind of plain worded very nebulously, so they're up for interpretation. So you can kind of spin that how you want. It's all about the how you describe it and what you want to add to the scene. So Kragan snatches the blue gem, quickly swapping it out. Do you pocket the gem? Do you hold it in your hand proudly?
Uh, I I put it away in a yeah. I pocket it.
Okay. Very well. Um, so as you all ride along, you notice that there are on the bridge there are installations that are part of kind of the shape of the bridge, but they look like almost like giant salamanders that look like they're floating in a wave atop of the bridge, um, kind of used as a guardrail, but also as ornamentation to give some flair to the stylings of the bridge. You see many stalls as you pass by, but you are able to make your way and park in front or um, settle your Hercules beetle in front of the Badger's Inn. Some other folks have paused and waved at your cart as you've gone by, um, noting you all as the new faces in the town.
Been sure to wave at each and every one of them.
But you still have the veil on. Good job.
One of them points at you, Bim, like, oh, who's getting married? You know, as you go by, still wearing the veil. Yeah.
Excellent. We are attracting the right sort of attention. And Clementine, who's good at numbers, is going to go into the inn to secure lodgings for the night. I believe unless Henry here would be interested in potentially taking care of the lodgings otherwise. No?
Hey,
Okay.
you can take care of it. I want to go get some food.
Ah. And Clementine nudges Vim. I wonder if he's meeting someone specific.
Oh, should I go with him and check?
Yes, I think you should.
All right, so the Bib's gonna hang out with Kragan then.
Okay. Kragan, are you meeting anyone specific?
Uh, I mean, uh, I might be, if I can, I try to meet the fox person there.
Okay. You look around for the fox person. You look around for Alquist. Uh,
Yes, Alquist. That's what his name was.
And you spot him sitting in the inn, off in the corner in a kind of dark, seedy backside part of the inn. But Clementine, you were able to go and talk to the proprietor of the inn. But we'll kind of jump to Kragan first. You see Alquist across the inn.
Uh, I, uh, yeah, okay. Do they have like a cook at the front bar kind of thing, or do they look like they have like waiters or waitresses that come to the see you?
It looks like in this place it's kind of a delivered. The food is delivered at like a serving window, and then you come up and pick up your dish.
Okay. Well then I will place an order and then go sit down with Al.
Okay, you place an order. What do you have anything in mind you're trying to get?
Uh, they said stews, right? So,
Mhm. They got a fish stew, a beef stew, or equivalent in this world. Where there's not really
let's have some fish.
okay, yeah. There's a fish stew. Yeah, they take your order. You were able to go sit down with Alquist. He seems a bit surprised at first as you sit down, but he steeples his fingers and is waiting to hear what you have to say.
Uh, ask like I'll ask if do you have a spare one of those stones uh that I forgot their name, the mole persons gave me before?
One of the one of the stones. Sure. And he produces one from his pocket.
Okay. Uh, thank you. And and as he gives it to me, I slip in his same hand the blue stone.
Oh, you actually took it.
I thought you wanted it.
I just like to play some tricks every once in a while. I didn't actually want this. This could be bad.
No.
What kind of bad?
Well, I've never seen it myself, but there is a. The whole reason we were hidden is to keep ourselves safe from the Azamanda that sleeps beneath the river, sleeps beneath the lake, excuse me. And legend says that keeping out of view is the only way to stop the Azamanda from rising.
Hmm.
But I've never seen it. It's all just folklore, really. Or it has to be, right? No one's ever seen it. If they have, it's been years. The beasts wouldn't be that troublesome.
Do you think I should go put it back?
You might want to. Or I can take it back if you'd like. We'll just clear this right up with Anna and no issue will be presented.
I can take it back.
Very well. Sorry, I didn't think you'd actually take it. I apologize. I just like to mess with. We don't get a lot of uh, newcomers around the town. So I just wanted to have a little fun. I do apologize.
What if one of us had been the Azure Mander?
That would have been interesting. Uh, I apologize. One moment.
All good.
Sure. You want to switch over to
I'm
Harmony?
sorry. I have to step away for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and take a short break. Yeah?
Okay,
We'll
sure.
be back in like 5 minutes.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. Sounds good. See y'all in 5.
See y'all in 5.
Good to go.
Hello.
We're back. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Where were we in the middle of uh Kragan with Alquest at the inn? I never meant for I never expected anyone to pick that up, but if you feel confident you can get it back in time, well, we don't want to test fate or anything like that, do we?
No.
A long pause.
Um,
Fate doesn't need any testing.
no, it doesn't. Well, I'm going to, and he starts to like sheepishly get up and like tiptoe away. If you need anything, you can always find me. Uh, just 2 houses down to the left, take a right, and
Um,
my house will be there.
I do have a quick question.
Sure,
What
sure.
else can you tell me about this legend of the Azuremander?
Well, what I recall is that it's in the legends it was akin to a god that slept underneath the lake. It seemed to be some sort of, oh, I don't know, like a giant amphibious, like a salamander, like a giant, large-headed, very blue, blue as the lake, with piercing eyes, that was said to run amok if it was not kept sated. Uh, and when this town was built, they made themselves invisible to keep it off of it, to keep it off of our trail.
Hmm.
But if it spots the town, it is supposed to awaken and wreak havoc of some sort. But it's not not true, or couldn't be, right? It's never happened before.
Yeah. Well, let's hope not, at least.
Hope not.
That is the hope. Is there anything else I can help you with? Henry, was it?
Yes, Henry.
Huh.
I guess my only other question is, are there any other gods you know of in the area?
Oh, not. Well, there is the god of the north wind, but they're kind of all around us, right? Sometimes if you listen, you can. They say you can hear them speak on the wind. But I know no, of not any other gods. Not here. Are you in search of a god? Or gods, really?
Uh, maybe, maybe now at least.
Hmm. It's in my experience, gotta be careful with that. Gods can be hard to trust. They might take advantage of you, and that's you don't want to get yourself wrapped up in that situation if that is the case. Or maybe you do. I don't know.
Ask, do you trust me?
He just
Sure, I trust you. You seem well intentioned. And you seem very straightforward. You did take that stone when I kind of
Well,
prompted you to, so.
thank you. And, well, I have a plan, but we'll see how it all turns out. And is my food ready?
Yes, at this point you turn back and you smell the evidence of the food kind of sitting at the window.
I will go get my food and try to meet back up with Vin, who came
Okay.
with me, right?
I was say I
Uh,
think Bim was kind of shadowing you the whole time.
We can say that he waited at the window, like for the food, if you want.
Okay. Sure.
Whichever.
Just because I was like, I wasn't really like participating in the the seat or anything.
No worries.
Okay. Yeah, you're
Okay.
Bim's waiting by the window. Okay.
Where'd you go, Henry?
Oh, I just want to have another chat with I forgot his name again.
Alquist.
Not me looking at my
Aliquid.
other monitor to check.
Aliquid.
Oh, what did he have to say?
He told me of a legend about this Azuremander monster from beneath the lake that they were trying to keep this village hidden from before he caused havoc.
Oh, you'll have to tell me all about it over dinner. I want all the
Mhm.
details. That sounds awesome.
He also told me about these great wind god that you could sometimes hear speak whispers in the wind.
Bim sort of thinks for a moment. He's like, "Yeah, I think I've heard something like that. I think I've heard some sort of whispers in the wind before."
Uh, I'd like to go and try to meet up with Clementine again soon. I think this could be really interesting.
Yeah, let's go find her.
All right. We will then jump to Clementine. You went to search for the proprietor of this place, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You find yourself to the front desk essentially, or like the yeah the inside of the inn, like the lodging side of the inn, and you see a badger with a large white stripe down the front of their snout and what goes all the way to their back. Um, uh, Much burlier in stature than maybe some other kith that you've seen. Um, and they look at you and they say, "Are you looking for some lodging?"
Good afternoon. Indeed, I am. For me and my two companions, they both went off to get some meals, and perhaps a place in your stables if you happen to have any.
Sure. Just staying indefinitely, or just need for a night?
Um, Depending on how, I'm going to say perhaps 3 nights.
Very well. Do you need individual rooms or for you and your
No, one
companion?
of our companions gets rather lonely when he's left alone. 2 rooms, um, perhaps 2 keys for each. He likes to float back and forth.
Very well. Easily done. He'll procure the keys and hand them over to you. If you need anything else, my name's Joda. I'll be. I'm the proprietor of this fine inn, and if you need anything, or if you have any problems, let me know.
I will do so right away, Joda. By chance, Joda, are you looking for a companion? Or perhaps a match?
I don't really think I am right now. No, I think I'm good.
Are you absolutely certain?
I, I think I'm good. I've been married for 3 years now. I've got a lot of
Oh,
friends who are in the town, and yeah. What more can I ask for?
lovely. I'm glad you have love in your life. And then Clementine's gonna she's like, have a nice day, and she goes back to her
All right,
companion.
all right. You go and meet up with your companions. Back in the inn, uh, you have your keys. You have
Mhm.
lodging.
Clementine takes 1 key for herself and 1 key to Kragan, and Clementine goes to Vim. Vim, I have 2 keys. I'm not going to give you either of them quite yet. When we settle down for the night, you will get both, and you will have to return them to me in the morning. You can choose to sleep either in Kragen's room if he allows you, or you can sleep in mine. You can go back and forth between the two. If you would like me to get you a third room, I can. Or you can also join Madeline in the stables. I know you aren't particularly fond of being on your own.
He takes all this in and nods. He's like, "Okay, so I need to keep 2 keys. I have the one rock and the veil. These are the very important things I will keep." He's like
You
going
don't get
over
the
them.
keys yet. You get the keys later.
Okay, only 2 for now.
All right.
But yes, here you go. Craig or Henry or whatever. Yeah,
So,
okay.
Clementine,
Yes.
I I think I might have found the perfect match. Well, the perfect pair of people that you should try to match together.
Oh, who?
Uh, so there is this legend of this Azurmander who lives in this lake
Oh,
underneath the town.
interesting.
And uh, the reason why this town is hidden is so that it could hide itself from it. Uh, but, and so it's currently just kind of sleeping there, but that's kind of a lonely existence.
It is indeed.
But with that, I learned of this other god that of the northern winds that will just speak unto the winds and will whisper into the winds. You can sometimes hear it, and I just have a feeling that they have a kind of personality that can mesh.
I see. Well, it's a great thing to match deities, and is not an easy thing done. We can perhaps, if there's a shrine for that northern deity, we can petition them to see if they're interested in a match. But it sounds as if the other is sleeping. Well, we. So who to approach first? Well, the wind deities are always rather flighty, so perhaps we shall track them down first.
I believe that is a good course of action.
I will need at one point a market day during your stay here. Our expeditions are hardly cheap.
Mhm.
Okay. So you want to uh you want to set up your stall to accrue enough funds to try to
Cover,
try to
yeah.
find the wind deities or wind deity.
She doesn't need funds to find the wind deities. She has a number of items at her disposal that she could potentially use. Most importantly, she has dream catchers. Um,
Mm,
which perhaps can indicate the location of at least, if not the deity, then a place of residence. They often reside in shrines, or at least are very attached to those shrines. Apparently, we're matching. She's not entirely sure what the other thing is, but it sounds fascinating. And if they're both ancient, then perhaps it will work.
okay.
But for now, she's just setting up her. If yeah, it's
Uh,
probably best saved for another day. She wants to be more familiar with the town. She'll probably ask around as she's setting up and selling her wares, her services, potentially taking on new clients. That she'll ask maybe about either of these creatures, either the god or the sleeping monster.
uh, Vin, what do you think about all this?
Well, I'm really excited. I've never heard of an Azurmander either, but I definitely want to see one.
So Clementine's going to take her wares off to the market, and she's going to set up shop there with Madeline if she's able to make it, and then send Madeline back to the stables so she can rest. She's done enough work for the past week and needs a day or two.
Easily done. You were able to take your crew and set up a storefront essentially on the bridge. You see a row of other storefronts selling an assortment of what looks like clothing, textiles, paper, notebooks, some fresh produce, um, and even a one stall that is selling what looks like jars of like lantern flies that
Aw,
appear to be some sort of light source or
yes,
produce a little bit of light.
Oh, that's lovely. Clementine's stall is much more immediately eclectic. She has a number of fantastical patchwork, pretty things that she hangs up to make the coverings of her stall. She lines the shelves with flowers of all sorts that they've collected along their journeys, stones, incense, and dream catchers, as well as a number of other um, unusual items said to attract and promote love. She has a large book in the back corner that people can look through of potential clients that she is willing to help them connect with. And then she has a table set up in the center or slightly outside where she can do palm readings and tea readings or other sorts of fortune telling. And she has Vim, if he's willing to, prancing around in the bridal veil, um, telling people trying to attract attention.
Oh,
Oh, if
sure.
you're looking for love, come to. Oh, we need a name.
Not just Clementine's matchmakers. For matchmaking.
Clementine's clandestines.
Oh, we got some
Council,
alliteration here.
Uh-huh,
Clementine's clandestine.
council.
Clementine's clandestine counseling. Okay,
Perfect.
perfect. Or here, Clem's clandestine counseling. Perfect.
Where true love meets the mail service.
You're
My
literally
insight.
like, I feel like Clem Matchmaker is basically playing like pen pals, but if you were the broker between the pen pals, but it's got more of like a different relationship styles connotation that you can
Mhm.
elicit.
I mean, it's she. You know what Clem is. Clem is a traveling dating app.
There we go.
We don't have these in this particular set. We
You
have
can't swipe right or
long-term,
left. It's
short-term, marriage candidates,
there we
BFF,
go.
video game buddies. Oh, we have one old lady, or no, one old gentleman, Mr. Serendopoulos, who just wants somebody to play the crossword with.
I love him.
In order for her to take your name to other locations, you must pay her a fee, and then she will attempt to hook you up with a mail carrier. And the mail carrier will give her a small portion of his successfully collected revenue from these two going back and forth.
Gotcha.
She has a couple of exclusive individuals she works with.
Very nice. Clem's got the whole business on lock.
But it's still not enough.
All right, so you set up and well, what do you have a scene that you kind of try to play out here to attract people? Do you using Bim and Henry to reenact something, or is it just you
Oh,
set up and you wait for customers to come?
she
Or
she did not give Bim more specific instructions except attract attention, um, which may have been a mistake. But then she got busy trying to set up. She's very particular on how she likes things to be presented. Usually, her storefront is enough to attract people in, but she thought she wanted to include her companions in this. And your current she has coated you in flowers if you are willing to wear them for you.
I mean, yes, but I will also do some authentic throat singing.
all right,
You know, but as a turkey.
some straight gobble style. Here we go.
Um,
Okay.
oh,
All right. Oh no.
Fantastic.
Hmm. So we've got Kragan slash Henry doing some throat singing. Uh, Bim, what is Bim doing to pull the customers in?
Well, if just standing in the street and shouting, come to Clementine's classy um
Yeah, that's good.
clans. Just butchering the name over and over. When that doesn't get anybody, he's going to start approaching individuals and be like, "Hey, do you want to go talk to my friend Clementine about your love life?"
um, you you get a mixed reaction from passerbys between the throat singing and the on the street kind of cold calling folks.
like 90s mall people trying to
Yeah.
sell you perfume.
Yep. Right this way. Step in here, please. But you get a line of folks starting to um approach. Some of them, Bim, turn away from you, but others are like, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's actually
Mhm.
I've never thought about that. I have been looking for uh, somebody, or oh, I need a. The one of them is like, I need a friend. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to find a friend. Yeah, yeah.
Mood.
So Clem, when she's in a certain region, she has a special event called Singles in Your Area.
Uh
Because it's
huh.
much easier to attract to connect people that are in the same town.
Uh huh.
And then she offers her long distance services if you're having no luck.
So as you start this process, essentially you get that line, and your two compatriots have contributed to bringing the customers in. You all, as you're on the bridge, start to feel a rumbling, and it becomes greater and greater. What do you all do in this moment as the ground beneath you starts to shake? Others around you take notice. They start to look around in disbelief as well.
Clem is very, very dedicated to the one person she's currently talking to the point of ignoring everything else around her. Oh, indeed. Is that what you're looking for? And she's like writing it down.
Your client is like, wait, do you feel that?
Oh, no. Keep going, honey.
The ground is. I think we should take a break for a second.
Your love life is hypercritical. You'll never have an opportunity like this again.
Uh, okay. Well, I really like, and it's like shaky. It like I really like, and it starts to shake even more and more. You're like, we should stop. We should stop for a second. Hold on.
Bim is trying to just with his little paw nudge the crystal ball back onto the table every time it shakes toward the edge. He just pushes it toward the center again. It's like, no, this is a very important thing. Madeline likes this, or Clementine likes this thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely looking around like, what could that be? Fix the globe. That's very weird. Fix the globe.
And what is Kragan doing at this time?
Uh, well, was still throat singing, but
Okay.
now I am trying to find Clementine while still throat singing.
All right.
Oh, Kragan. Oh, lovely singing. What did you want?
Oh, I stop moment need to say, we need to try to find the the those great northern wind god as quickly as possible.
I thought you said that the other individual was sleeping. I
Oh,
didn't think there was a sense of urgency.
is it the Azure Mander, you think?
Yeah, I think the Azurmander may have woken up.
Ooh, what could have possibly caused this change?
What could possibly have caused it?
Uh, did the person she was talking with leave?
Yeah, totally. Like
Oh,
100% just like said stop and then like has moved. You all notice you see folks kind of moving off the bridge like from a crack outside of the tent that you are in.
I quickly just bring out the blue stone, the sapphire, to show her.
Oh, oh, Kragan. Oh dear. Um, that is perhaps one way to wake a sleeping beast. Oh, um, we should probably get my items off the bridge.
Well, Kragan, I think you'll just have to tell him that his partner isn't ready yet.
Oh, were you planning to use that as a proposal, my dear? I'm so sorry. I have a number of selections of stones you could have used instead. We didn't have
Oh
to
no.
take it from the strange and unusual fountain that was probably magic.
But what's better than using the ring that hides it from it as the very proposal ring for the Azurmander? Like
Oh,
there's a sort
oh,
of symbolic beauty
oh,
to it.
you want the Azure Mander to use this ring to propose to the northern wind gods that we have been unable to currently contact, and we haven't made any effort of getting to know the culture of the area.
I mean, I've been trying.
We have been here for 3 hours, 4 hours, and what time have we had time to do this?
I mean, I learned a couple legends, and I've been throat singing to try to speak to this god.
Ah, well, let's get my wares off the bridge. And Clementine's gonna try and take the more valuable items just safely off the bridge. She's like contemplates the flowers, takes the more rare flowers, and she stuffs the crystal ball into a satchel. Most of the other things she can leave or remake, and she'll come back to it later if it's still there.
Okay. As you scurry off the bridge, you see other folks kind of like shouting and directing people off of the sides of the bridge. And underneath, you can see this uh, kind of aqua form, almost like a water elemental forming out of the lake as you see the giant head of this giant uh, salamander like creature coming from the lake. These white, piercing eyes, large, flat head, and flat mouth as it opens wide, kind of forming and peering over the bridge.
Well, you take clients wherever you can get them.
And you hear a distinct voice. Who took that stone from the fountain when I said not to do that ever? And you see appearing from the crowd, Anna, the mole, mole from that you met earlier, and she kind of toddles up to you all, being that you were the most recent to the town. Do you have anything to explain to this?
True love. And then Clementine's going to go up to the Ashmander.
Okay. So you're gonna go up to the Azure Mander. Like, are you going down to the side of the lake? Or are you gonna just approach from the bridge, like standing on the bridge?
She's
Like,
going to like carefully set the collection of valuable wares off to the side and something say maybe something to Craig and you've done enough. Please watch this. And and she's going to straighten her dress, fix her hat, and march on up there to the Azure Mender on the bridge.
okay. As it forms, you see its face start to form even more, and it appears down, like it's peering down at you, and it lets out. You hear they kind of reverberate against the bridge, which you hear "Ooh, ah," as it is leering over top of you.
Good evening. She raises her voice to call out to it, trying to be noticed. Are you perhaps looking for a match?
There are folks on both sides of this bridge who are like, "She's serious?" Like, and many of them are in stunned silence, and you just hear the creature go, "Ah, yep."
I'm sorry, I don't fully understand you. uh, do you perhaps speak with interpretive dance?
It's just staring down at you at the moment.
Bim calls out, "Give him one of the shiny rocks."
Oh, I suppose. And she does have a shiny rock because she was evacuating that gear first, and she has like not the same blue one that Krogan's currently holding on to, but she does have a rather small blue sapphire, and she's like, "Would this perhaps interest you? I have a number of wares."
Um, it looks down and kind of gets its nose very close to the stone, and it in its kind of water form, it sniffs, and then it plucks it up into its aqua-like body, and you see it kind of move throughout, like it swallows it essentially.
And Clum's like, "Okay, well, lovely. Um, I understand that this is your lake, but this is currently a pedestrian bridge. Do you mind if we move our conversation elsewhere so these fine people can get back to going about their day?"
Um, the Azuremander looks up and looks around at the town and realizes its size, and then looks back down at you and just gives a large nod. It seems to be that this beast or this god is not as immediate to uh, violence as maybe that legend portrayed, but it does seem to uh, agree with your request.
Thank you. And Clum's gonna go off the bridge down the riverside a bit, trying to find a better area to continue this conversation. She's very dedicated to helping this specific client. He took the stone. He is now, or they took the stone. They are now her client.
Okay.
Kragan, as she walks by, "Henry, whatever. I don't care. Find those north winds, please."
Okay. Since she mentioned the Dreamcaster catcher, I'm gonna go grab that from her stuff and find the highest point in the village.
All right. Uh, you find yourself one of the ramparts that make up kind of the exterior wall, kind of entry walls to either side of the village.
Okay. I will take the Dreamcatcher and kind of hold it above my head, like kind of like staring up to it, and try to start throat singing a love song into it.
You start singing a love song. Okay. Um. Okay. Yeah. Uh.
Uh,
You go ahead.
Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
It's great. You start singing this love song, and you hear it takes but a moment, but you hear the wind kind of rustle through your feathers, um, and you hear a name said to you, Ack.
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 Uh, I pre I present up the gem and I point to the Azuremander like down below that I could see and say Azuremander.
You point down, and there is no response, but you whirl around and you see sitting on the ramparts with you is uh, what appears to be a feline fellow. Are you VR? Are you muted? Were you trying to say something?
No, I'm just taking notes.
Oh, understandable. Okay. And you see this like feline like figure, like it's kith sized, so like a person. Uh, but you notice they have gray stripes all across their face, and as you look into their eyes, um, they appear to be like a white colored eye.
Mhm.
And they say, "Did you say my name? I'm
Ack.
Ack. Were you looking for me?"
Um, yes. Uh, uh, my companion Clementine uh is a great love guru, and we believe we might have found a potential match for yourself.
Interesting. And who might that be?
Uh, the amazing Azuremander that was deep below this lake.
Hmm. Interesting. Can you the beast down there? Yes.
Hmm.
Can you take me to them?
Yes. And I'll start heading down with Ack.
All right. You lead the way as Ack follows in tow. They are carrying what appears to be a large walking stick with them as their uh, kind of poncho swishes in the wind. They follow you.
Uh,
Um,
as we're heading down, I go, if you do believe this to be a match, I suspect that this would be a great engagement.
you hold out the blue, the like sapphire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. This is a very pretty stone. Thank you. We'll uh, take it and we'll follow you along.
I don't know how we're gonna top this.
All right. As as sorry, one second. As Kragan leads Ack down, Clementine, Bim, are you doing anything with the Azure Manter?
Clementine is merely while she's chattering away. She can't fully understand the Azurmander. She would if she would like to attempt to decipher meaning, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen.
Mhm.
She does recognize that he seems to be a lovely, lovely, gentle person. They seem to be a lovely, gentle person of ambiguous gender, a large water monster. She's mostly just leading them further away from the bridge in the town, just down the riverbank as she chatters along. Oh, I am a matchmaker. I promote a number of connections. I believe that no soul should be forgotten, no matter how small or how large, no matter if they are gone or still here. And I believe that we have potentially found a great connection to you, though I do apologize for if we have disturbed you from your slumber. And like just chattering along as she goes, and she's like, and she occasionally is like glancing over at Bim. It's like, Bim, do you have any comments on our lovely companion here?
Bim, who was definitely not trying to poke his finger into the water monster to see if it would come out wet, um, he's like, oh yeah, she's the best at matchmaking. His hands behind his back.
You poke in every once in a while, and it's doing the like, and it ripples. But like as you pull your finger out, it's not wet.
He's gonna keep doing it.
Perhaps the lake itself, or are you simply living here?
And it kind of chitters along the whole time as you're chatting with it. It seems to you might not necessarily be able to interpret language, but demeanor of this thing, this beast seems to be that of conversational. It's talking with you. There's not aggression in the chatter. Whereas when it first woke up, it seemed a little more surprised, potentially.
Nobody likes to be woken up and discover there's an entire city that lives above you now.
We've all been there, right?
Yeah, we've all been there. True, true.
Yeah, it's Futurama all over again, 1,000 years.
Yeah, but you successfully, you walk this thing along the bank, and it's keeping with you as you move. You keep saying, talking about matchmaker and being a matchmaker, and it seems to be attentive to what you're talking about with finding a match of some sort. But again, hard to understand. And Kragan and Ack would be able to rejoin the group probably quickly. It seemed to Kragan was on the case. As it
were. Excellent, Henry. And Clementine's like clearly like this is not her typical day. She's like she's all business, but this is clearly like this is not normal. And she's like, oh, hello, are you perhaps the northern wind deity?
To Ack kind of smiles a very feline smile and says, I am.
Lovely. Well, we have this, and okay. Well, I can help. I can attempt to facilitate a conversation. We believe that you two could have an excellent connection. If you are both immortals. I know that does not necessarily mean a good thing, but wind and water are a good combination. Particularly, there cannot be waves without wind. And that's a good way to spend your days. she's like she's struggling here. She's struggling a little bit. She's like, she's like, I apologize. I was not fully prepared. There would have, if I had had more time to arrange appropriate meeting, we could have had a lovely date night. We could have done things on the full moon. We could have gotten a boat together. Sailboats are all the rage, especially for wind and water. Uh, uh, and she's like, "Oh, but you are both rather lovely individuals. The most important things for connections is conversation, or at least the ability to connect. Would you perhaps be interested in connecting with my client here?" And she gestures up to the giant.
The giant water elemental salamander just
Yep.
gives you two thumbs up from the sidelines, like.
Bim also gives thumbs up because he's still like deciding whether or not he should put this snail into the water monster to see if it stays.
Do you put the snail in the water monster?
Yes.
The snail goes in and just kind of floats inside the body of the monster, and it's just like moving side to side at different points.
Perfect.
Yeah. Ak gives another smile and says, "I think that would be rather nice."
I can attempt to set up a date for you. I have a couple of special events. Typically, I plan for these kinds of things. We can do lovely tea. Do you enjoy tea? She calls up towards the water elemental.
You enjoy what? Tea?
Do you enjoy tea? Yes.
Tea? The water elemental kind of gives you like a cocked head, confused look.
Perhaps not. It's like flavored water, but it's not quite the same. Flowers. Flowers are always good. I have a number of flowers used for prayer rituals and such things. I believe that would be fitting for gods, or immortals, or whatever is happening here. Um, and most importantly, as you both seem to be of this region, at the very least, your connections are in conversations, I believe, are encouraged. Have you ever met each other before?
This is Ak speaking, but I've heard of the Azurmander, but as he's been sleeping, or they've been sleeping for millennia, I've never seen them.
Well, then this is a good reason for you to stay awake, Azurmander. Azurmander, Ak. Good combo. Yes. Ace.
Ak kind of nods. Why don't we start as just friends and
Yes.
see where it goes? And Ak, you see, produces from his little feline hands up to the Azurmander. You see the sapphire gem, and the Azurmander looks down at it, and you all watch as they take it up. And as they take it up into their body, it starts to move and go all the way up until it reaches where the heart would be. And you see it start to glow and glow whiter and whiter and brighter. And for a moment, it is blinding, but you all feel a warmth come over it, or come over you, as then the water kind of recedes and it splashes out on the bank. And before you is a kind of kith-sized salamander being, with stripes that go back down behind their head, like they're still blue in like skin color, but then they have these white stripes that go back, and on the side their eyes are white, very similar to that of Ak.
Oh, welcome down to the ground level.
And they the Azuremander kind of gives you a nod, looking to you, Clementine, and looking to you, Kragan, for kind of initiating all of this, not saying anything, looking to Bim and gives you a smile, and takes Ack in hand, and they kind of like look to each other for a little bit, and they start to Ack acknowledges all of you, but then walks off with the Azuremander in a new form.
Ah, we'll need to erect a new shrine. Right
With
away.
the with the water splashed on my face, I'm like, I'm not crying, you're crying.
Aw.
Right.
um, at this, you hear in the distance. So we don't have to worry about our town being destroyed?
Uh, no, there was no risk from such an elegant client. I think.
Bim sort of like
I
dusts
turn
his
back
hand
and yell,
off.
"You're welcome."
As you can see, my service is at work. Even the gods consider connections.
You certainly are a matchmaker, like you said.
Bim
I
sort of dusts his
apologize. Your
hands
town
off.
is no longer quite as hidden as it is before, but perhaps your lake will be more lively. It is. I do suggest erecting a new shrine somewhat quickly if you have a tender or a caretaker, because these two deities are now getting to know each other, and having some sort of memorial to state to keep their spaces in a similar area will help facilitate further interaction.
Very well. Go ahead.
Bim just sort of dusts his hand off, like, job well done. Like he did most of the work, you know.
Oh, here's your snowback bin.
Oh, yeah, he puts it in his pocket with the rocks.
And I give Clementine her dream catcher back.
Very effective. Good job. You got the work done.
You also notice at your feet is a or like a pouch of currency. Seems to
Oh,
have been left behind for you and your
lovely.
troop.
Oh,
And Clementine distributes it out, even though she's not entirely. It's not a currency she recognizes.
wait, we got paid for our work?
Yeah, it is yeah, it's
It's
the
a
standard.
service.
Yeah, it's the standard currency of the world. Yeah. It's not gold, it would be well, we'll think on that, but it's the standard currency of the place.
Wander coins.
Yeah, wander coins.
Bim, do you want your fee, or do you want me to hold on to it for you? I know you're not the best at maths.
Yeah, you better hold on to it, but I'll let you know if I see something.
Here's a
I
few
want.
coins for treats. You want to go get some treats?
Oh yeah, thank you. He scampers off back to the town to buy some treats at a little stand that he saw.
At the now abandoned
Yeah.
stand. Everybody stares in shock at what exactly just happened.
Everybody wiping their head like, whoo, we avoided that one.
If there's no one at the stand, he'll just sort of leave the coins there and take one of the pastries.
All right,
and head
you
back
get
to the group.
you just honor system pastry, and you hear from the distance again. We should have a festival in celebration, and it seems Anna has elected to have a festival for this moment, and she ushers you all in as like, well, you are the guests of honor.
Indeed, madam. I'm not entirely sure how that stone went missing, Henry, but I'm glad we were able to provide a solution.
Yeah.
And we transition to the night as the
And I
candles
give a
have been
giant wink.
as we transition to the night as there is much merriment, um, in the streets as folks are relieved and no longer beholden to being stuck, um, kind of in this mirage, this invisible town that has kind of been tucked away. You notice every once in a while you can see Ack and the Azuremander wandering around town, but everyone else is just having a good time. And you all have provided a service, uh, the best of service, I would say, as you
Darling,
have.
could it have gotten better than I could have hoped? How
As you
if
all have.
only I could match make poor Lady Obadiah.
So, is there any final things that you all would like to do on this night?
Well,
Yeah, let's go drinking with my friend, with my new friend, the fox. I forgot his name again. I'm sorry.
Halquist, yeah.
Alquist.
um, Clementine is going to take a strong drink. She said after today. But she is also going to approach Anna, who seemed interested in her services. And although it's a little presumptuous, perhaps she would be interested in starting a letter exchange with Lady Obadiah, who's also a mole. And perhaps they may be interested in friendship, unless she's interested in deeper companionship.
Okay.
And I think Bim would wander around trying to get to know as many of the townspeople as he can, trying to get, if they can, every one of them to tell him a story of some kind about themselves.
All right. So as the party rages on, Clementine, you find Anna, and while she's not interested in a deeper connection, as you describe Lady Obadiah, Anna feels like, excuse me 1 second, feels that this would be a good match for a friendship, a long distance correspondence. She hasn't had one of those in a long while, and it would suit her just right. Um, Kragan, you find Alquist, and seeing he was the catalyst of all this, he's a little hesitant, but will go drinking with you and your compatriots for a majority of the night. You all will be able to spend as much time as you want, as you party it up with Alquist and apologies and Bim. You make almost like a new following. You make friends with 15 folks that night as you ask people for stories, and you are gathering information from all of these interesting folks all through the town, and hearing what their life experiences have been inside this kind of secluded and hidden town. But you are able to all find your way to rest and have this moment to share with one another inside the town of Mandermill. And in the morning, you are able to continue your work here for the remaining days. You are able to continue to move on in your next pursuits elsewhere. But we will pick up with that next week.
Indeed.
And thank you all for joining us for our first foray into the Heath. What is everyone?
That was adorable. It was super fun.
What does everyone plug in today? What would you all like to say as a last minute as we send ourselves out here? Viara, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, so as Trev pointed out to me, I'm starting this Friday is my first subathon donathon. So it's going to run for 2 weeks, and I'll try to stream as often as I can. And you can find me at ViaraVT on Twitch or Twitter or Blue Sky or YouTube or anywhere really.
Excellent. And be sure to check out the subathon, everybody. Ophi, what are you plugging today?
I don't really have a ton to plug today. It's just been nice playing with all of you. It's been fun.
Yes.
Yeah,
We've really
same.
liked having you. Yeah. This has been a good experiment and a fun time. Uh, Harmony,
Yeah.
what do you have to plug today?
Oh, Clementine will continue her matchmaking expeditions. Oh, feel free to reach out for any potential requests for Clementine's clandestine connections. Have a lovely day.
Get those submissions in. Maybe your character will make it into the stream, and we'll get to see them have a match. Who knows? Uh,
You
and as
too can be
always,
iconic like Lady Obadiah.
and like Lady Obadiah, yeah. As always, you can find me at Trev Tells Tales on most social medias. Come chat with me about TTRPGs or just in general, what have you. Uh, got many things in the works. But as always, everybody take care of yourselves, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.